you still have time to get the field goal, but it looks pretty grim there. What, you have any special advice to Pat right there? Do you have any words for him at that point when Buffalo took the lead for the last time?
Yeah, when it's grim, be the Grim Reaper and go get it. So he did that. He made everybody around him better, which he is great at, and he just does it effortlessly. When it gets tough, he's going to be there battling, and players appreciate that.
NFL, oh, I miss you so. NFL, when you left, there was a hole deep in my soul. Now it's home until the Super Bowl.
It is that wonderful time of year where the NFL football season is kicking off. Let's have some football. We're going to change the format of Let's Have Some Football this year a little bit. We're going to focus more on making the picks. I'm not going to talk about my fantasy team. That's pretty boring, boring content. But I will say, last year I did make the playoffs for my fantasy team, and it's a dynasty league, so I have my players back. I drafted, I drafted first round. I got the Tampa Bay rookie receiver. I can't remember his name right now. And my second round, I took the Chicago Bears rookie tight end. See, in our draft, you pick up rookies. So we'll see if we do good. We have, of course, we have Lamar Jackson, Travis Henry, and if the Ravens are doing good, our fantasy football team's doing good. But we'll update during the year. But we're not going to lay out our lineups every week on the show. But I do want to do picking games. This is the funnest thing of Let's Have Some Football, and that is the actual picking of games. So we're going to do this again this year, where we'll give a prize. We're going to do a survivor type of a league, survivor picks. You guys in the comments below, you cannot pick the Thursday opening game because this video is not going to go up until Friday. So you can't pick the Cowboys-Eagles game, but you can pick any other game this weekend. All you have to do is pick one winner. It doesn't have to be spreads or anything. You pick one team that you think is going to win, and I'll do my pick also. And then we'll keep going. If you win this week, you get to go the next week. And then the winner will get this. I don't know if this is like a premium edition, wild card elimination collegiate edition. It's 2021. You can get Bryce Young and CJ Stroud autos in this. It comes with an autograph in this box. 4 packs, 8 cards per pack. It's nothing crazy, but it's just a little fun little prize that you can win on the channel if you win the thing. And then you can have me open the box and send you the cards, or I can send you the box sealed, your choice. I just ask that if you win this, please, if you are international, you're going to have to help me pay for shipping, because international shipping is very expensive. But if you're in the U.S., I'll ship it to you for free. That's part of your price. Okay, so let's talk about the games. Let's go ahead and we'll start with the Eagles and Cowboys game. So, I think this is a. Let me find my. Give me 1 second. I think the Cowboys are not going to be very good this year, and of course the Eagles are coming off of winning the Super Bowl. I got to type in here. I want to look at the. Right now I just have my picks. I don't have who they're playing. I know game 1 is when I'm recording this. It's tonight, And I won't be able to pick this game either because I'll be just like you guys. I have to pick games from Friday through the weekend. Okay, so obviously this is going to be very exciting. The opening night game, Cowboys at Eagles. I think this is an easy win for the Eagles. They're going to come out. We're going to see tush pushing. We're going to see domination by the Eagles. That offensive line is fantastic. Defensive line. They have built a juggernaut from the trenches, and that is why this team is so good. Chiefs and Chargers. Chiefs at Chargers. This is actually in Brazil. I'm a big Chiefs fan, so I'm very interested in this. I think it's on YouTube. Very strange. And it's on Friday night. I'm gonna give you my picks of the games, but then I'm gonna do my official Survivor pick at the end. Okay, so this is not my Survivor pick here. Chiefs at Chargers. I think Mahomes is gonna come out, and he's had a lot of doubters, especially after last year, which he did make the Super Bowl again. But there's plenty of people that think that he's in a decline. I don't know. I just think their offensive line was so bad they had to play very vanilla. It was obvious they were playing very vanilla offense all year. I thought it was maybe they were trying to save something for the playoffs, but it was clearly because their offensive line was just terrible. And they have definitely upgraded that. And other players on that offensive line are 1 year more experience. Hopefully they'll be better. I think their receivers are going to be taking another step up this year. And San Diego, I don't know why. I don't know if San Diego, or it's not San Diego, it's Los Angeles Chargers. I don't know if they had an option to give up a home game to play this game in Brazil, but this is a Chargers home game. And man, I would never want to do that if I was an NFL team, giving up a actual home game. Be very curious about how that goes down. Like, does the NFL force these teams to give up one of their home games? I'm just glad it's the Chiefs not, and the Chiefs are actually giving up a road game because this is a neutral site game, not a road game. I actually really like the Chiefs in this one. I think they have a year of frustration from losing that Super Bowl and hearing about it, and I actually think Kelsey's gonna have a good game too. I'd go Chiefs in that one. Dolphins at Colts. Colts are a mess. Anthony Richardson is a kind of a disaster of a pick for them. Dolphins aren't like incredibly great, but I think they definitely have enough to beat the Colts. This is kind of a mismatch, I think. And I will go with the Dolphins in that matchup. Steelers at the Jets. I always think that the Jets are not very good. Don't hate me, New York, but it just seems like that they always get overhyped and never live up to it. And this is Aaron Rodgers going to New York. He is not going to lose that game. If this is the only good game he plays all year, it'll be this game. So I definitely think the Steelers will beat the Jets. Panthers at Jaguars. I actually think Bryce Young and the Panthers, Bryce Young really played well last year. And hey, if you win the contest, you could possibly get Bryce Young's autograph. It could be in there. I think he's a really good player. He made huge strides last year, but Jacksonville, they kind of they look like they've gotten a lot better this year. And you have Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence needs to prove it this year. You got Travis Hunter. It's be interesting to see how he gets used in this game. So there'll be a lot of eyeballs watching this one. I think the Jaguars will win that game against the Panthers. Cardinals at the Saints. I will say that I almost did pick Cardinals as my Survivor pick because I think the Saints are terrible, but I just don't want to risk my Week 1 pick on a road team because you never know. They do have a few guys that can hurt you. Rashid Shaheed can, return a kick on you and beat you at the end of the game or something like that. And Arizona, I'm not the biggest believer in Kyler Murray, but I think the Cardinals should win this game. I think there's an outside chance that the Saints might not be that upset if they lose a bunch of games this year, because they would love to bring in Arch Manning with the number 1 pick. Just saying. So I'll go Cardinals on that one. Giants at Commanders. This was another team that I thought, okay, this is not a bad Survivor League pick. The Commanders. I think the Commanders are going to come out looking really good. Jaden Daniels, we'll see how much he inevitably, you would think, would get better from his rookie year to this year. And he was awesome last year. I can't wait to see how he looks in 2025. I think Commanders win this one very easily over the Giants. The Giants, even with Russell Wilson, they just don't seem like they have much. Tampa Bay at the Falcons. This is going to be a decent game. I think Tampa Bay is a much stronger team, though. I think they've gotten even better. I don't think, and I also don't really believe much in the Falcons. I'll go Tampa Bay in this one. Baker, he's going to win this game. Bengals at the Browns. Bengals, of course, is going to be another one of these teams that a lot of people pick as their survivor pick. But they burned me last year, week 1. And they were my survivor pick week 1 last year. They lost, and I've been really suspicious on them ever since. So, yeah, that loss stung me. I was like, man, week 1 out? But they're at the Browns, so that should be an easy win. But last year, I thought they were going to have an easy win, and they lost. And they're notoriously terrible slow starters, are the Bengals. And then they end up doing good in the second half of the year. But on paper, Bengals should wipe the map off with the Browns. I'm picking the Bengals in that game. Raiders at the Patriots. I don't believe in the Raiders. I do believe in Brock Bowers. I think last year he established himself as the best tight end in the league. He'll probably break a lot of tight end records by the time he's done. He's awesome, but do they have enough to beat the Patriots? I actually think the Patriots are going to win this game. It's at New England. I'm not a big believer in the Raiders, so I'll pick the Patriots in that one. 49ers at the Seahawks. This is the first really tough game for me, because I'm not a big believer in San Francisco. I think they've definitely taken some steps back. Last year they were very uninspiring. And Seattle, I'm not sure. I can't remember who their quarterback is. They don't have Geno Smith anymore. But I think that 12th man there at Seattle, their crowd is very... they give that team energy. And I am going to pick Seattle to beat San Francisco in that game. Titans at the Broncos. Okay, I'll go ahead and reveal. This is my survivor pick. I'm picking the Broncos to beat the Titans. This is the first game for Cam Ward. I think Cam Ward's awesome and everything, but he's going into a very difficult place to play. Denver is going to be nuts for this game. That crowd is going to be in a frenzy, and it's one of the loudest stadiums in the NFL. Not quite the loudest, but you talk about the top 3 loudest stadiums in the NFL: Denver, Seattle, and Kansas City. That's your top 3 easily. It's going to be a lot for a rookie quarterback to take in his first game, because you can't match that. That intensity is you can't just create that. You have to experience it. And I think it's going to be a little. He'll do better next time. But for your first game to be thrown into that, and Denver's already pumped because they got Bo Nix. They look like a lot of people are picking them to win the AFC West. Yeah, that crowd's going to be in a frenzy, and that is my survivor pick. I'm going with Denver over Tennessee. We got Lions at the Packers. Lions at the Packers. The Lions were really good last year, but it seems like that playoff loss exposed them a little bit. And I think Green Bay is going to be very pumped. They just got Micah Parsons. That crowd can also really energize the team. I'd pick Green Bay to beat the Lions in week 1. Texans, that might be the most tasty matchup. Maybe the Chiefs and the Chargers are a super tasty one. Obviously, a game coming up is going to be the game coming up is the most tasty. This is a top 3 tasty game. All right, Texans at the Rams. C.J. Stroud, he gets no respect. This guy's won playoff games his first 2 seasons in the NFL. I think people look at fantasy stats and say, "Oh, he's not that good. He was way worse his second year." Guys, he won playoff games. He's just fine. And he had a decimated wide receiver core going into the playoffs and still won a playoff game. I give huge props to C.J. Stroud. And you can get C.J. Stroud autograph if you win the contest. Could be in there. Texans at Rams. I think this, though, is a little bit too tough of a matchup for Texans. I think the Texans are going to be fine, but this is a rough first game. I think the Rams find a way to win this one. Okay, this is, to me, is the game of the week. This is the Sunday night game. This is the prime game of the week. Ravens at the Bills. Wow. What a great matchup, week 1. Man, it's so huge. I mean, the implications of a game like this, this could decide home field advantage in the AFC. It's that huge of a game. You've got Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen. Even as a Chiefs fan, I have to admit, those are probably the 2 best quarterbacks right now. Now, I would always take Patrick Mahomes in a one-on-one game, but as far as putting up MVP type numbers and stats, these are your top 2 guys, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. Man, the AFC has got some great quarterbacks, man. This is going to be a great game. I think it comes down to the last second, and I think the Bills being at home, that's another loud home field advantage. The Bills will find a way to win that, but it's going to be close. I think it's going to be an extremely exciting game. I don't know if a first game of the season can feel like a playoff game, but it's got playoff game type implications, I think, because you're basically putting your stamp on, I'm the team to beat in the AFC by winning this game. I go Bills in this game. Vikings at the Bears, that's another really good game on Monday night. I like the Bears a lot. Caleb Williams, I can't wait to see how he looks out there with more weapons. They actually have what looks like to be a pretty good offense, but it seems like Chicago never really has really good offenses. So it'll be interesting to watch that team this year. The Vikings, though, I think the Vikings are a better overall team, and I think the Vikings win at Chicago week 1. That's going to be another. There's a lot of really exciting games this week, guys. Stay home, watch football. That's my advice. Let's have some football. So, again, those are my picks. Guys, in the comments below, pick a team you think is going to win this week if you want to do the contest. If you don't, that's fine. Whoever survives the longest will get this. If I win, I'm just going to keep the box, of course. But if you win, you get a prize. So, I mean, you have nothing to lose. You don't have to pay nothing to get in. You could end up with a C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young autograph. There's the autograph that you could get in this set. So, it's just a fun thing for football. We get very excited here at the Sandyfrank channel for the beginning of football season. So, stay tuned for more videos. Again, my survivor pick are the Denver Broncos, and you just heard my picks. Put down in the comments if you wanted to play. Put the team name that you're going with this week, and I will write all these down throughout the week until you have, if your team, okay, you have until Sunday, but if you're waiting until Sunday to make a pick, you can't. It has to be one of the teams that hasn't played yet, obviously. So if you want to get in on some of the early game or the early game, make your pick right away, because when this the video post is going to be Friday, so there's a game tonight. So the Chiefs at the Chargers. So if you're going to want to pick one of those teams, you need to do your pick right away. And guys, also subscribe to the channel if you're entering this. Also like and subscribe to the video, all that kind of fun stuff. And let's have some football.
Adios, mofo.
Vinny Testaverde, yeah. Vinny Testaverde, yeah. Vinny Testaverde, yeah. Vinny Testaverde. He's the best quarterback in the American Football Conference. Eastern Division. He throws every pass he makes on a frozen road. He's Vinny Testaverde, yeah. Vinny Testaverde, yeah. Vinny Testaverde, yeah. Vinny Testaverde. He's the best quarterback in the American Football Conference. Eastern Division. He throws every pass he makes on a frozen road.